This Week in Astrology video forecast. This is episode number 34 for the second half of November 2014. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Benjamin Bernstein of astroshaman.com, coming to you from Asheville, North Carolina. I'm an astrologer, shamanic healer, and awakening activator, and it's my pleasure to bring you these weekly astrology forecasts. So what's new here in the second half of November? Our skylights include an uplifting Sagittarius new moon and an asteroid goddess-focused grand trine spotlighting self-esteem and relationships. 8 Mercury events make communication a major theme, and a Saturn-Pluto semi-square invites you to release an outworn part of your personality. And as we come into this forecast, we are under a waning moon. So let's look at our individual days of the week. On Sunday, November 16th, Neptune, retrograde since June 9th, turns direct at 5 degrees Pisces. Neptune rules dreams, visions, spiritual union practices, and inspired creativity. This is a good time to begin taking whatever you've been visualizing in these areas into real-world manifestation. Also here on Sunday, November 16th, investigation, research, and other mental inquiries that peek behind the curtain are smoothly energized as Mercury sextiles Pluto. Mercury, 12 Scorpio, Pluto, 12 Capricorn. This aspect also supports turning your attention to occult practices, sacred sexuality, and shared resources. Also on Sunday, November 16th, Venus transits Sagittarius today through December 11th. This encourages an expansive, adventurous spirit in how you relate, create, and manage your finances. On Monday, November 17th, the mind's urge to probe into the hidden depths already stimulated by yesterday's Mercury-Pluto sextile receives additional impetus today from 2 more Mercury aspects. A Mercury-Uranus quincunx, Mercury 13 Scorpio, Uranus 13 Aries, can provide flashes of genius and insight, while a Mercury-Chiron trine, Mercury still at 13 Scorpio, Chiron at 13 Pisces, provides an easy flow of mentoring and healing energy. Feminine assertiveness and strategic planning are stimulated by a Uranus-Pallas Athena quincunx. That's Uranus at 13 Aries, and Pallas Athena is at 13 Scorpio. Watch for intuitive hits on how to make the adjustments that will help you embody these more fully. On Tuesday, November 18th, any issues you're having in your feminine assertiveness, whether you're embodying too much or too little, are ripe for healing with Chiron trine Pallas Athena. That's with Chiron at 13 Pisces and Pallas Athena at 13 Scorpio. Also on Tuesday, November 18th, a Sun-Saturn conjunction, both planets at 26 Scorpio, can challenge you with depression or a sense of being faced with overwhelming obstacles. But you can maximize this aspect's potential by stepping definitively into your authority. This will help you embody the high side Saturn qualities of maturity, responsibility, discipline, and excellent time management. With both planets in Scorpio, this aspect can also support a strong container for positive transformation. We have no major events on November 19th, Wednesday. Again, I don't do lunar events here except for new and full moons. If you want those, you can go to my audio podcast, This Week in Astrology, where I do put the lunar events in there. I try to keep it a little tighter and more concise for the video. But since there are no major aspects on Wednesday, November 19th, we go on to Thursday, November 20th. On the challenging side, a Venus-Neptune square, Venus 5 Sagittarius, Neptune 5 Pisces, can set the stage for relationship confusion, creative indifference, and financial mismanagement. But we're all alchemists, and we can use the power of our intention to turn the lead of challenging aspects into gold. Use this Venus-Neptune square to deepen your soul connection with others, call in creative inspiration, and open to intuitive guidance on money matters. Remember that nothing in astrology is inherently good or bad. The cosmic energies are simply raw materials waiting to be shaped by your conscious participation. On Friday, November 21st, it's a good time to focus your thoughts on leadership, initiation, striving for a worthy cause, and positive sexuality with Mercury sextile Mars. Mercury, 20 Scorpio, Mars, 20 Capricorn. With Mercury in Scorpio, that aspect also supports diving assertively into occult practice, psychology, investigation, and personal transformation. On Saturday, November 22nd, the Sun enters Sagittarius at 4:39 a.m. Eastern U.S. time. In the sign of the Archer, Old Soul radiates hope, joy, enthusiasm, and celebration. Supported themes include philosophy, religion, higher education, and learning from the wisdom of foreign cultures. Also here on Saturday, November 22nd, we have quite a bit going on today, a Sagittarius new moon. This occurs less than 3 hours after the Sun enters Sagittarius. This new moon lines up at 7:33 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and the Sun and Moon are both at 0 degrees 7 minutes Sagittarius. New beginnings in the Sagittarian themes I just described are supported. This lunation's aspect suggests that while roadblocks may be encountered, they can be overcome with discipline and perseverance. That's thanks to a tight Saturn conjunction. Newly expansive energy in relationships and creativity is available due to a loose Venus conjunction, as well as in learning, communication, and writing because of a wide Mercury conjunction. Lots of conjunctions to this new moon. Some may be tempted to overindulge in intoxicating substances or escapism during this new moon period. That's because of a Neptune square. But if only they knew how easy it is to call in even more amazing states of bliss and ecstasy from their own divine source with no hangover the next day. My core invocation can help you experience this, and if you don't know how to do that already, just close your eyes and say the following 10 words to your higher self: maximum light and divine consciousness that serves highest good, please. Then you relax, you let the energy flow in, and if you stay passive and just stay with breath awareness, as much of that light as you're ready for will come in and saturate you. You can learn more about this by going to astroshaman.com. At the top of the homepage sidebar, there's a purple banner. It says Heal and Awaken Invocations. Click it, and the very first article you see with the Blue Angel illustration will tell you in detail how to do this. All free information in that section of my site. So, moving back to our new moon forecast, let's talk about the Sabian symbol, which is retired Army veterans gather to reawaken old memories. Now, most people would envision a scene like this as a casual social gathering. While such an event might create nurturing social bonds, my recent experiences with healing breath work lead me to imagine a different scenario. What if these veterans came together to heal the psychological wounds they incurred during their military service using holotropic breath work or some other intense healing modality that could rapidly resolve their unresolved traumas? If some of the old memories being reawakened are painful, why not take the opportunity to heal them? This Sabian symbol can be broadened to include all of us, since we're all carrying some level of psychological trauma in our lives. When would it be appropriate for you to gather with others who've been similarly wounded so that you can be freed from the constricting effects of your past traumas? Also here on Saturday, November 22nd, you may feel a strong urge to learn and communicate with Mercury squared Jupiter. Mercury, 22 Scorpio, Jupiter, 22 Leo. Just be careful not to over-communicate and give others a chance to speak too. This aspect can lead to verbal diarrhea if you're not careful. Also on Saturday, November 22nd, a grand trine begins. It incorporates Venus, Juno, Ceres, and Uranus. It peaks on November 28th and ends on December 3rd. One helpful way to use this flowing aspect pattern is to explore how your self-esteem, Ceres, is affected by your committed partnerships, Juno and Venus. With Uranus in the mix, there's a clear invitation to let your freak flag fly. This could mean more fully honoring your authentic needs and desires, even if they conflict with your partner's preferences. A 10-day shamanic intensive I recently attended was not specifically about codependence, but it seemed that everyone there was wrestling with it, including me. This grand trine presents a great opportunity to examine how much you're deriving your sense of self-worth from your partner's approval. Are you engaging in codependent behavior at the cost of sacrificing how you express your authentic egoic self? If so, this grand trine gives you an opportunity to modify this behavior. On Sunday, November 23rd, Chiron turns direct at 13 degrees Pisces. This supports the implementation of any healing or mentoring activities you've been contemplating since Chiron turned retrograde back on June 20th. On Monday, November 24th, power struggles are possible as Go My Own Way Mars makes a quincunx to kingly Jupiter in regal Leo. That's with Mars at 22 Capricorn and Jupiter at 22 Leo. Don't get bogged down in an unproductive battle of wills. Instead, Use this aspect to plan win-win leadership, pioneering, sexuality, or a worthy cause. On Tuesday, November 25th, with Mercury conjunct Saturn, both planets at 27 degrees Scorpio, notice in what ways your thinking or communication is being restricted. Is it through an outside agency or because of your own internal censor? Turn this aspect to your advantage by claiming personal authority over how you think and express yourself. You decide, anyone else is only an advisor. This conjunction's placement in Scorpio also supports focused concentration into the depths of whatever subjects you choose. On Wednesday, November 26th, Venus, already feeling adventurous in her transit of Sagittarius, wants to let her authentic self shine as she trines Uranus in aggressive Aries. That's Venus at 13 Sagittarius, Uranus at 13 Aries. Avoid shocking behavior for its own sake, but do follow your intuitive flashes in the areas of relationship, creativity, and finance. Also here on Wednesday, November 26th, the shadow side of Neptune could show itself under a Sun-Neptune square. That's with the Sun at 5 Sagittarius and Neptune at 5 Pisces. Any tendencies toward Neptune's less desirable expressions, substance abuse, excessive escapism, martyrdom, or drifting, could be aggravated. The Sun's placement in Sagittarius, the sign of limitless expansion, could make this scenario even more problematic. Thankfully, there's always a life-affirming way to use a challenging aspect. Focusing on spiritual union activities, inspired creativity, or compassionate service will give this aspect a much more positive expression. And when giving compassionate service, make sure you're getting as good as you're giving. There needs to be some financial or energetic payback that makes you think at the end of that service, I would happily do that again. On Thursday, November 27th, Thanksgiving Day here in the United States, experiencing some kind of emotional wounding in a relationship is a common occurrence during a Venus-Chiron square. Venus 13 Sagittarius, Chiron 13 Pisces. And if you're doing a family Thanksgiving thing, maybe the wounding will come from a family member. Who knows? Could happen. So if your partner or someone else has hurt your feelings, chances are they've only re-triggered a pre-existing wound. Working to heal the original hurt may reap you far more benefit than trying to change the instigator. My healing invocation has helped many people clear their old wounds quickly and efficiently. All you have to do is say to your higher self the 7 words, maximum healing that serves highest good please. Rest passively in the breath, and you may well feel as if a shower has turned on, energy is flowing over you, and it's helped flush away all that stuff that got stirred up. The cool thing is with this system, you don't have to know what it is or how it got there. You can clear anyway. So check that out if you like. Also here on Thursday, November 27th, Saturn and Pluto, the 2 planets associated with death, make a 45-degree semi-square today. That's with Saturn at 27 Scorpio and Pluto at 12 Capricorn. Saturn and Pluto are also in each other's signs, a phenomenon called mutual reception. This makes this aspect much stronger than it would normally be. Now, aspects such as this don't usually trigger physical death. That would be kind of awkward to happen there at the Thanksgiving table. But they can be helpful in laying to rest a part of your personality that has outlived its usefulness. What part of your behavior no longer serves you, and what can you do to let it go? Also, on Thursday, November 27th, intuitive flashes that promote positive growth in your abundance and self-esteem may be popping in with Uranus trine Ceres. Uranus, 13 Aries, Ceres, 13 Sagittarius. An intuitive flash, that absolute certainty you feel at the moment a thought arrives, is like getting a text message from God. Trust it. And we're still not done with Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 27th. Mercury starts its transit of Sagittarius today. It'll be there through December 16th. You can benefit from expansion of your mental acuity and may enjoy turning your thoughts toward philosophy, religion, the meaning of life, travel, or foreign cultures. On Friday, November 28th, the grand trine that started on November 22nd, I've already talked about it. It includes Venus, Juno, Ceres, and Uranus, peaks today, and it ends on December 3rd. We have no major events on Saturday, November 29th, so we're going to close with November 30th, Sunday. Some people experience fuzzy cogitation with Mercury square Neptune. That's Mercury at 5 Sagittarius and Neptune at 5 Pisces. If you can't figure something out on your own, ask your inner wisdom what you should do. and leave a moment of quiet space to receive the answer. Each of us literally has access to all the information in the universe. The main differences among us are how attuned we are to it, how much we ask for it, and how open we are to receiving it. Also, on Sunday, November 30th, a new grand trine begins. Now, as we get into this, the effects of the waning grand trine I just talked about with Venus, Juno, Ceres, and Uranus, it's going to wrap up on December 3rd, just 3 days from November 30th. But the whole phenomenon gets re-energized as the Sun steps into Venus's place. Even though Venus is exiting, the relational meaning of this aspect pattern continues because Juno represents committed partnerships and she's still there. The new version of this grand trine, featuring the Sun, Juno, Ceres, and Uranus, begins today, peaks on December 6th, and ends on December 12th. The show covering the first half of December 2014. We're going to talk about the Uranus-Pluto square. It's number 6 out of 7 in this 4-year run of exact squares between the two planets, revolutionary transformation redux. We're going to have a full moon in Gemini to talk about. Saturn and Uranus are going to make a sesquiquadrate to each other. And we're also going to have some grand trines to talk about. Jupiter turning retrograde, Mars entering Aquarius, a lot of juicy materials. So I hope you will join me for the next This Week in Astrology video forecast as we cover all that. I would like to mention that I am co-hosting, co-facilitating, you might say, a workshop. It's called Revolutionary Transformation, an Inner Journey from Wounded Heart to Sacred Heart. I am co-facilitating this with my partner Kimberly Crow and our friend Robert Six Owls. It's going to be December 12 through 14 at the Isis Cove Retreat Center, about an hour west of Asheville, North Carolina. I mentioned this on last week's, not last week's show, but the last video. Well, we've added a twist. We're giving you a $75 discount on the tuition for every person you refer who also signs up. You could actually refer 4 people who come and get the workshop completely free. So that's an opportunity you have if you're excited about bringing some other folks in. In terms of the workshop content itself, are you ready to step out of your wounded heart and into the divine bliss of your sacred heart? You can embrace revolutionary transformation with our weekend's powerful transformational modalities. We've got a whole bunch of things we'll be doing, including shamanic breathwork, shamanic invocations, sacred retonements, astrology, crystal grids, and more. Clear your chakras, align and upgrade your energetic fields, learn how to call in your own awakened consciousness, and much more. Our weekend will also benefit from amazing timing. The Uranus-Pluto square I just mentioned is happening just after the workshop, so we're in the lead up to that intensification, and that's an amazing energy under which to be doing personal work. It can really electrify it and get it rolling. So, space is limited. Please register now or as soon as possible to guarantee your place. The early bird special is $295 through December 5th, and $350 after that. But again, remember, every person you refer who signs up knocks $75 off that price. And information on that is at astroshaman.com. Just go to the home page, scroll down a bit to the What's New section, and it may well be the very first thing in the section. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my Benjamin Bernstein YouTube channel to be notified when I post new videos. And if you like this video, please share it. This free video forecast is a partner project with iTunes' #1 astrology audio podcast, This Week in Astrology. It's also free. You can get my semi-monthly astrology forecast in writing by subscribing to my free email newsletter at astroshaman.com. Once there, you can also link to my Facebook page where I post daily forecasts. My personal services include astrology, shamanic healing, and awakening activation. All are equally effective in person or long distance. My guarantee makes my services risk-free. If you don't feel that your experience was helpful, there's no charge. I also offer other great products and services, many of which are free. To learn more, visit astroshaman.com. Thanks again for watching. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.